Hello friends, I'm David Vos. Today is December the 24th, 2016. It's great to see everybody today. Friends, I have a very important video. I'm going to be revealing truths that you've never heard before in your life. This is going to shock you, it's going to stun you, it's going to shake you to your very core. To find out that everything you've ever known has been a lie. Nothing that you think is true is really true. You see that mountain in that picture? It's not a mountain. No. We've always been told that it's some sort of rock edifice made by geology, right? Tectonic plates, volcanism. And then, they say, oh, well, perhaps it was glaciers. Glaciers, can they make up their mind? They have no idea. They have no clue. How is it they're allowed to sit there and lie to us about our mountains? We all know because it's been revealed to us. And thank heavens for YouTube, because now we know the truth, right? Direct access to the real brains. Johnny in his basement, he's a genius. Mountains are trees. They are not geological edifices that were created over millions of years. Are you kidding me? I don't think this earth is over maybe a couple of 100 years. And I know this to be the truth because my dad, he never even saw his great-grandfather. So we have no evidence that humans are born in an unending, continuous genealogical line. You see all of these genealogies, right? It's right in the Bible. It says, don't pay attention to these stupid genealogies because it's untrue. We all know that time is a cyclical thing. I believe in reincarnation, friends. My dad gives birth to me, and then he dies, and I give birth to him. It's on and on and on. The earth's only about 200 years, and it's just cyclical. It's just like that. See? And these were trees, all these mountains. They were trees, and they grew thousands and thousands of feet in the air. And they were giants. Even the Bible tells you that. There were giants in the earth in those days, and they had huge chainsaws. And they went over there to all these mountains, and they just chopped them down. Of course, they weren't very good at logging, and they made a mess out of it. They didn't know how to make that undercut. So sometimes they fell them over, and they got all jagged because they busted. They didn't cut them off straight. And that's why you've got jagged lines on top of a mountain. And it's right there, plain for anyone to see. Those things you call stars, baloney. They're not stars. Because, there's a glass dome above our heads. And we know that. Remember the space shuttle guys? Remember how it come crashing down when they tried to go out there? Right? Because they crashed right into the dome. That served them right. Trying to tell us that they could send that thing out there and it just wouldn't work. You see, whenever they send a rocket in the air, it just goes up in the air, makes a big arc, and falls right down in the ocean. Because that's as far as it'll go. See, there's radiation beyond that firmament. The radiation belt. And so if you were to go beyond that glass dome, you'd be cooked to a smithereen. The sun is on this side of the firmament, on this side of the dome, the glass dome. That's how Santa Claus gets around, and he's able to give his toys to all of the boys and girls because those aren't stars. See, that's just those little lights are really like tubes. Where the tube meets the glass dome, it makes a light because outside of the glass dome is all light. That's where God dwells. He dwells in the light. And so when Santa Claus, he works for God, see, and he's like the only person that gets to go out there on the other side of the glass dome. And he drops down the toys right through those little tubes. And then they go down right into people's homes. They go right through the chimney. See, have you ever looked inside of your chimney and got up in there and followed your chimney as far as it would go? Probably not. You should have, because it goes right straight up to the top of the glass dome. All right? So the sun's not made out of fire. If it was, it would burn up, friends. So since it's just a big yellow plastic like disc, that when it goes down under the earth, it literally goes out because Santa Claus pulls the plug. That's his job. He's in control of the lights. See, that's why every Christmas time we go out and we put lights up all around our house, because it's like the imitation of how Santa Claus goes out, and every night he plugs in the little extension cord thing, because God's got all the power outlets up there in heaven, and he just takes the cord and plugs it in, and all the lights come on, which helps him illuminate that tube so he can start taking it's kind of like one of those, when you go to the bank and you need to cash a check or something, and so you take that check and they send this tube in, right over that little tube right down into your car. Then you put your check in there. Of course, you got to make sure you sign it, and then you put it back in that little machine. I love that when that happens, right? And you push the little button and it goes all the way over to that tube, and you can watch it while it goes. Same thing. That's how your toys come, right through a tube. But it's dark up there, and of course, he's got to light these candles up there. That's what it's talking about in Revelation when it says that Jesus lights the candles, right? In the most holy. That's where God dwells. We've been lied to by all these elite, right? People like Newton. What kind of a name is that? Newton. What was he, a Fig Newton or something? Is he the one that did that commercial? Ooey gooey, bunch of chewy inside, corn flaky, kicky outside. It's a big Fig Newton. One more time. Yeah, right. Some guy sitting around eating Fig Newtons is going to tell me that the earth is round. Oh, right. Anyway, since we all live in this little glass dome, this little snow globe, it makes it really easy for them to manipulate us. See, Santa Claus is up there screwing around with us. And so they can manipulate our minds. They can lie to us. Right? They keep us in prison down here in this little snow globe. Satan's probably a good guy because everything they told us is a lie. And I bet you Satan doesn't even have horns. And he's probably up there having a good life, right? They're probably drinking tequila and whiskey. And they're telling us, oh, don't drink that. It's bad for you. See, that can't be true because everybody knows Santa Claus likes a little glass of whiskey with his cookies. And you know how old he is. He's a very old man. And it hasn't done him no harm. So yeah, you see how these pictures, right? How cold it is in the Antarctic. All right. They're down. They're good actors, right? They got that like the wind, that like when they make movies and they turn that wind turbine thing on, they're like, they use those things on the news, right? When they're telling us it's cold in New York, right? And they're just blowing the fan right in their face, right? And it blows them away and stuff. They're hanging on to street lights and stuff. Oh, there's going to be a hurricane. Have you ever actually met anybody that's died in a hurricane? It never happens. It's not true, friends. And there is no Fukushima. Didn't happen. Insanity. They're all liars. All right, so everybody knows that every snow globe, at the bottom of the snow globe, there's a piece of plastic. Right? It's about, maybe half an inch wide, and it goes all the way around the circumference of that glass dome. That's just like our Earth, see? And it's not really ice, it's just plastic. And so you see, that's why nobody goes to the Antarctic, right? You can't go there because it's a plastic dome, and you'll just bang your head right. As soon as you'll smack right into it. Oh, there it is. It's all she wrote. So on the other end of that plastic, see, that's where the good life is. That's where God and Satan are up there having martinis and, cookies with Santa, drinking our whiskey. See, and they got all these presents and everything is like magic wands and angels and fairy. That's where you get fairy dust, right? See, up in that area, they just snap their fingers. They get whatever they want, but they don't want us to go up there, find out about this great place. See, all these movies, they told us. Remember the movie back in, what was the 60s? Journey to the Center of the Earth? Right? That's the truth. Because underneath the snow globe, there's about a ½ inch in that little plastic that goes around. There's a floor. It's a fake floor in the bottom of that thing, right? Where there's, from the floor up, it's all water, right? Which like represents the air. And then below that, about a ½ inch of just air. But see, that's the area where all the dinosaurs live. Down there in that little spot. It's actually quite big, right? You know how big the Earth is, right? Well, everything you see here on the top, it's all duplicated on the bottom of the snow globe, right? And they're not upside down, no. But if you could just drill a hole right through the ground, it's only about probably a couple 100 feet, maybe 1,000 feet at the most, right? And you drill through, and then boom, there you are. You kind of drop down into this amazing world down there. There's dinosaurs down there, and mushrooms that grow huge. You know, they showed you in that movie, right? They gave it all away, but most of you just thought that was fake, right? But because they have to tell you the truth. So they make movies and they say, here it is, this is the truth, but we don't believe it. And then, of course, they can make their propaganda movies, you know, the Star Wars crap, right? All this crap about the stars are millions of light years away. Yeah, right. Right? This Captain Kirk guy and Spock who can do this mind meld. Give me a break. That's not possible, friends. You can't make a mind meld on someone and then read their mind, you know. It's impossible. It's insanity, but it's propaganda. These modern movies, they're in cahoots with NASA. Star Trek is in cahoots with NASA. And that's how they get all these, you know, you see all these pictures, right, where they're showing you stars and galaxies floating around and you know, pictures of Saturn and all this stuff, and now they're claiming they're on Mars, and they got pictures of that, and it's all done in Hollywood, friends. So don't believe any of this. So I just thought you guys should know, because man, they're quickly taking our memories from us, because you see, in the last few years, it's gotten out, and they don't want us to know the truth. So they're cracking down, and they're going to start eliminating our memories. Everything that you remember from your childhood, see, that was really true, but where they really lied to us, but it wasn't really a lie because it was really the truth, they're trying to take those memories from us. So see, this is called the Mandela effect, right? We all remember that Mandela died back when, you know, and then turns out he didn't die, right? Well, see, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to change reality. And pretty soon, instead of living in a big globe, a big snow globe, right, and Santa Claus giving toys and stuff to the children, then it's going to be, oh, it's all myth, right? It didn't really exist. Santa Claus isn't real. And then they're going to be telling us that, you know, we're all in a hologram, and then we're going to get on our phones, and then that's going to turn into reality, and then it's going to swallow us all up in Cern, friends. So I just thought I'd let you guys know. Be on the watch out for this insane switcheroony they're going to pull on us. See? It's called the New World Order. And we don't want nothing to do with it, see? We like the old world order, where mountains were trees. So, friends, we can't let ourselves fall for this. See, a lot of you guys think that they have changed. You know that car that John F. Kennedy was shot in, and we all thought it was just like a two-seater, and now they're saying it's a three-seater? Here's what you don't realize. It's just a big ruse. They want you to start thinking about whether the car was a two-seater or a three-seater, because the truth is, John F. Kennedy never existed. The only existence is now, friends. The only concept we have of history is in books, and books were written by people. And if you want to trust people, then go right ahead, friends, but not me. I only believe what I can see with my own two eyes. And I guarantee the only people that exist are the people that are here, right now. History is a fabrication, just like math and science. Have you ever found any real purpose for all of the science that they taught us in school? Really? E equals MC squared? I don't even know what that means, right? But I'm going around, oh, E equals MC squared, right? This is really important. It's like, oh no, what is pi, right? 3.14159. Oh, you're a genius, really. And what are you going to use that for? Oh, but you can find the area to the circle, right? It's pi times the radius squared. Who cares, Edith? Where's my dinner? That's all I care about. The here and the now, friends. That is what they're trying to do. Distract you. Distract you from your dinner. Because nothing else matters in this world but your dinner. And maybe a friendly game of Parcheesi after dinner. Right? A few rounds of whiskey with the guys. A few laughs. This is it. This is all there is to life. And from the time that we're children, they're got us sitting in these little chairs, right? It's all like lined up in a row. Oh yes. Light travels at 186,000 miles per second. Baloney. It doesn't travel at all. Because if it did travel, then why is it all dark between here and the sun? If the light's traveling from the sun to the earth, really, then it would be light out there. But it's not. It's darkness. According to them. See, we've tripped them up in their own little game. And the reason it's darkness, friends, is because we're living in a globe. A little snow globe. And I've just proven it to you. And therefore, all things end where they begin. And I think I'm going to end this video right here where we began. Friends, don't be deceived. Open up your eyes. And let's go have some of the good life. This is David Vos. See you guys tomorrow and have a Merry Christmas.